Russia-Ukraine updates. Kyiv urges NATO to confirm membership. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has urged NATO leaders to confirm his country's membership in the alliance at the upcoming Vilnius summit. Russia's President Vladimir Putin met Wagner Group boss Yevgeny Prigozhin in Moscow, 5 days after the mercenary chief led an armed rebellion in Russia, the Kremlin confirms. Moscow says it foiled Ukrainian attacks on Rostov and Kaluga, which are part of Russia, and on Russia-occupied Crimea. Kyiv says Ukrainian troops have made a definitive advance on the southern flank of Bakhmut as part of the country's counteroffensive. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan says he could approve Sweden's NATO bid if the European Union resumes long-stalled membership talks with Ankara. Zelensky says NATO must confirm Ukraine's membership. Zelensky says the majority of NATO members have stood behind his country and their Vilnius summit must confirm that Ukraine is a de facto member of the military alliance. The majority of the alliance stands firmly with us, the Ukrainian president said in his nightly video message. When we applied for membership in NATO, we spoke frankly. De facto, Ukraine is already in the alliance. Our weapons are the weapons of the alliance. Our values are what the alliance believes in. Vilnius must confirm all this. Zelensky said further weapons supplies for Ukraine in its war against Russia would also be discussed at the summit and added, I am sure that there could well be positive news regarding weapons for our men from Vilnius. US defends difficult decision to send cluster bombs to Ukraine. The Biden administration has defended supplying Ukraine with cluster munitions, saying the difficult decision will not compromise international support for Kyiv despite concerns from allies who oppose the use of such weapons. State Department spokesperson Matthew Miller said cluster munitions would serve as a bridge to sustain Ukrainian firepower while the US ramps up production of conventional artillery for Kyiv. We were faced with the decision of either allowing Ukraine to run low or potentially run out of ammunition, he said. Cluster munitions can leave unexploded bombs, which remain embedded in the ground for years, posing a danger to civilians. Miller said the US received very serious assurances from Ukraine to use cluster munitions against military targets only and later clean up the areas where they are deployed. Russia, Gulf diplomats agree to work on development of energy supply chains. Top diplomats from Russia and the Gulf states have agreed to work on development of energy supply chains, the TASS news agency says, citing their joint statement. Today's meeting confirmed that we always lay bare our positions honestly and not one of us is seeking to cooperate against anyone else, Lavrov said after the meeting. He added that neither Russia nor the Gulf countries had ever tried to interfere with each other's relations with third countries.